Welcome to Estonia. Today, behind me, we do have a good old Volvo. This is a Carrus and it's a 602. And I grew up with these buses and I can't wait to take a closer look at this good old classic Volvo.
Hello dear bus friends, my name is Otto Osula. I work for Busland. We do upgrades and accident repairs for buses for all our clients all over Scandinavia and Finland and Baltics. Here we are in neighborhood of Tallinn, in front of our new workshop. That is not the focus today. I would like to present you this beautiful bus. It's a Volvo B12 with a Carrus 602 body from Finland. And this bus is the first brand new bus that we bought into our own bus company in 1994. We shall go around the bus and I will tell you a little bit about it. The signature detail of this bus is this curve on the side. This was something new in the beginning of 90s. Until then, most of the buses had just a straight line, straight window line until here and straight. But then this curve gave this 602 a very special look. And together with this front lights, it made altogether a very modern bus at that time. And I think personally that even today it still looks very nice and also from the design point of view, very fresh looking bus. And also these mirrors that is more or less standard in today's tourist buses. This was the first bus with those windows. In '93 also Setra 300 series came with this type of mirrors. So that was also something very new at that time. Yeah, it's a bogie bus. In the 602 version, axle weights were too high for a two-axle bus. Also, it has the vertical luggage hatches. So that was also something wow at that time. Always normal hatches in the buses so far. We drove very long lines to Germany in the 90s. We had to have the sleeping place for the drivers, and the drivers really used them during driving. I remember the twice when I took this trip to Germany with this bus, I also slept there on the go. It was something extraordinary. A lot of noise from the axles and so on, but something special, something that you don't experience today anymore. These vertical corner lights, also something quite new. It also gave some fresh look to the bus. And this design, the color scheme, it was a very big thing for us to buy this extremely expensive bus for us. We made a new color scheme especially for this bus. Afterwards we used it on the other buses as well, but I'm still very fond of this. These three waves inspired from the airplane or something like that. This bus was the first one from Carrus with a theater floor. I think the very first one that came out with the theater floor was Drogmüller, the German manufacturer. They even had this the window, and also Volvo bought the Drogmøller, and now Volvo's 9900 is also still with the theater floor and then the lower edge. But this one has a theater floor, but the window edge does not follow it. And now we go and take this beauty on the road. I'm a second generation in our family bus company. My father established a company in 1993 in Estonia. After Estonia became free from Soviet Union, beginning of 90s was a blooming time of private entrepreneurship in Estonia. So my father also became an entrepreneur in 1993, an owner of a small bus company. And this Volvo Carrus is the first brand new bus that we ever bought. I was 13 years old boy then, and I remember which impression this bus made to me. It was the most beautiful, little bit futuristic bus for us, because there were many new details that I had never seen on the buses before. For example, this gearbox, electronic gearbox, it was something completely new. It had the video system. That was also something pretty new for us in the beginning of 90s. So we have had this bus in our company for 30 years. In the beginning of its life, it drove express lines from Tallinn to the different towns in Germany, all the way to Germany, to Munich, to Colonna, to Hamburg. Every morning we had a line, we had a bus going to Germany. 90s and beginning of 2000s was a golden time for these long express lines, and we had really a lot of buses then and a lot of passengers. But beginning of 2000s, we became a member of European community, and cheap airplanes arrived. They started to fly also from Estonia. So those very long express lines lost their passengers to the air companies. So we completely reorganized our line network, and we focused on the shorter express lines, maximum 500-600 kilometers, and that's more or less the Baltics, St. Petersburg, and the furthest line we have today is Warsaw. From Tallinn we drive to Warsaw. And of course this bus, when it was about 10 years old, it had done about roughly 2 million kilometers. It was time to take it out from everyday traffic, and we had to decide what to do with it. And we still had so many memories with this bus and emotional commitment. So we decided to restore it as a piece of our history. And here we are driving it today, and it still drives like a brand new bus. And I would say that it still bears comparisonship with new buses of today, actually. Every time I have an opportunity to drive this bus, I get these memories. I had 2 tours to Germany with this bus when I was a kid, all the way through Poland, and nice memories. We still have some drivers working for us who drove this bus also at the time. They have so many stories to talk about those times that it's really fascinating. This bus has 12-liter engine. At the time, it was a new engine from Volvo. It has 420 horsepower, which is still quite powerful even for today's standards. It has this 7 gears EGS gearbox. We overhauled the engine, so now it has new bearings and new pistons and piston sleeves, and you can imagine in the beginning of 90s when we had most of the buses here were Icaruses with 180 horsepower engines, and then you had this Volvo with 420. It was like a day and night. One detail, when we bought it in the beginning of 90s, Estonia was very, very poor country. We were very limited financially very limited. And we wanted to buy this 602 because of its height and the looks and so on. But the body is full stainless steel, so it's heavy bus. You can feel how rigid it is. And we had to buy a bogie axle. Normally, we didn't need a bogie axle. It's a 12-meter bus. When we had 502s, we didn't need a bogie axle. But on this one, we had to buy a bogie axle because of the weight. So we had to give up something. So we gave up the retarder. Of course, we had some Volvos, some 502s driving besides this one, and we had a very straight comparison ship. The retarder would have paid off itself already in 3 years, because we drove so many kilometers, and in Germany also we drove some hills and mountains. The brakes we changed on this one 3 times at least, more frequently than on the ones with the retarder. And we learned with every bus that we bought, we learned something new. Also the EGS gearbox, because of the long cables from the front to the back, that was the weakness of these buses. We had a lot of problems, a lot of electrical problems with these gearboxes, and it was again something brand new for us. But our technicians learned to live with them and to repair them and keep them running. Restoring process, due to the fact that the body is completely stainless steel, so there was no rust issue. We had kept it in a decent condition through its operational time. The restoring process was not so difficult as with some other buses that we have restored. Here we took the whole interior apart, but for example the floor is still original. In the ceiling we also had to change the parts that were in the same colors with the seats. From outside we changed, we repaired all the outside damages, but like I said, there was nothing, no rust damages on the bus. The bus got full new paint. The engine was overhauled, the gearbox was overhauled, and also the whole driveline was gone through. I think there was some windows also changed due to the leakage, but that was more or less it actually. Very strong and reliable buses, these Volvo Carruses, absolutely, and long lasting. You can drive forever with this bus. Even the cruise control from that times, it still works. Of course, it's an old bus, and we are not driving it very often, so now and then it needs some attention. When we drove to Germany with this bus, I was passenger then. In Germany, first of all, there were borders between the Baltic states and, of course, between Lithuania and Poland. So there were always some problems on the borders. Border guard who wanted to have some bribe or something like that. The drivers, they were very skilled and they had a lot of experiences. So they always had some 6-pack of beer or something like with them, or old Tallinn liquor. That was legendary they could give to the border guards, to the Polish border guards or something like that. Then the crossing went much smoother. And I remember that the roads in Poland were really awful because there was a lot of heavy traffic on them. The roads had those waves in them. So the drivers who drove the bus, they could drive handless for many kilometers because the bus was like a train. It followed the road because the tires were sitting in the grooves on the roads. Nowadays it's a different thing, but then it was like that. Of course, the Polish police, it was legendary. There was a police car sitting in almost every village. And when we drove through Poland, it was the speed limits were 50, 70. In very seldom cases that was 80 or 90, and then it was 70 again, and it was 50 again. So it was very easy to get penalties for the speeding. Then again, six-pack or Old Tallinn liquor did it in many cases also.
Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you like the stories of Otto. If you like what you see, please press the subscribe button. It's placed down here, and then you will see all the future videos from Bussmagasinet. So until next time, drive safe and have a great day.